Okay, so let's start from here. There's so much stuff in the game, and I want to learn it so I can know. All right, for this character, you need this stat, which is the most important thing, right? So far, I just learned one thing that probably the best set. You have some items, and you equip every character with items, not the relics, but the regular items, and
Hmm.
all of those basically give specific stats. So there is a one which, in my opinion, is the most important one, which increases your attack by 30% or something. It requires 4 pieces, and more or
Yep.
less you need to have it on every single character. Even though it doesn't, it's not really. Once you have this set, nothing changes on your card stats. So if you have
Yeah, that's so stupid.
1,000,
Like,
it doesn't get to 1,300. But I tested it. It definitely feels like when you're in the game and you compare the damage with the set and without the set. So you can definitely feel it. But
okay,
that's
I have
the
a little question about this. Have you tested putting, for example, 2 health sets? Does it increase health twice, or it just
I
does it once?
haven't. I haven't. That's a good thing to
Yeah,
test,
that
by
would
the
be
way.
good to test, but like, how do you even test it without it doesn't show it to
Yeah,
you?
yeah. How? I don't know. How do I test it?
I tested with Fujin. Like, he has a heal that's percentage of his max health. I guess you could test it by doing that
Yeah,
and see if
probably.
the heal gets higher. But like, yeah, that's probably gonna be a separate video.
That's the only way. Another thing that I figured out in the game is that, but probably this is because I just saw it on the description of the skills of one of the characters. Basically, it says that the character knocks down the other character. However, let's say for 2 seconds, and then if he has 25 mastery above his mastery, then you add another half of a second. So I
Is that
guess
Sonya?
I believe Sonya or something. Yeah, probably it was Sonya. So I guess
Yeah, I love that
mastery
Sonya.
is some kind of such type of a stat. If you have more mastery than the enemy mastery, then you are having more advantage in certain areas, but nobody explains. So
Exactly. Like, I would say accuracy should be the thing that mastery is. Like, it's like your ability to land stuff. Like, normally in the games, there is accuracy and there is
or
resistance. So if you
dodge,
have,
there is
uh,
dodge.
oh yeah, what does dodge do? Like,
So
do you
probably
just
you need to have higher
miss attacks?
accuracy. If the enemy has higher dodge rate than your accuracy,
So
you're
you
going to miss
think
attacks.
accuracy is the opposite of dodge?
Yeah, I
What
think
about physical and magical resistance? What if that's the
there are certain
opposite of
characters that they do
accuracy?
physical damage, and there are certain characters that do magical damage.
Yeah.
Probably this is the case. If you have a lot of physical resistance, the physical damage is going to get reduced. If you have a lot of magical resistance, the magical damage is going to get reduced.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe accuracy applies only to like negative effects that you apply, like dots and stuff. Stun, maybe. But there's also no like resistance to certain effects. There is only dodge, which sounds like something you can only avoid like regular attacks, not like applying debuffs and stuff.
It is really weird, and I wish it was kind of an explained in a glossary or something. Unfortunately, nowhere in the game you can find that ever. I
Yeah, I
searched
hope they
everything,
add it.
nothing.
Yep. Okay,
All
so
right.
there is a few stats I want to hear your opinion on. What do you think they do? First of all, tenacity. I noticed that it's mostly important for tank characters, so it's probably something similar to defense, but I can't like it doesn't mean anything.
Defense reduces damage. I tested that out.
Well,
So
yeah.
the more
What
defense you
does
have,
tenacity do?
I guess it's another type of skill. Sorry, a stat where compared to other stat, if this stat is lower than the other stat, something bad happens or something good happens. So
That's
it's
awfully specific.
it's really difficult to test. It's really difficult to test in this game. Even the critical hit is in yellow. Why the critical hit is in yellow and the regular hit is in red? It makes zero sense.
Oh yeah, I realized that that's true.
So it is really really weird. But anyways, about the stats, it's I literally tested just the attack set, and now I know it works. However, uh, I just want to hear your main general opinion on the epics. Like when I say the epics, I mean the relics, and what do you think of them in general? Like, do you think that they are like good? Good. Let's call it that way. Do you think that they are designed well?
Well, for now, the only thing I can tell about them is that I don't have any.
What
My
do you
best
mean?
relic is rare.
Oh,
I haven't dropped a single epic. Wait, okay, I do have one, but I can't even equip it because it's for. Let me check. I actually have the game open. I have one epic relic. That's. Let's see. Okay, it's Bloodstone of Eternus, and it's. It can only be equipped to ranged characters. I don't have a single ranged character that is worth upgrading, to be honest. So I'm not using this currently.
Yeah, the thing is, do you know that you can take a look at all of the relics if you just go to the summoning stuff and then click on the chances or something, or the soul chamber portal, or it was somewhere there, hero details,
really?
and then yeah, you can go there and just on the exclamation mark or whatever. Yeah, the exclamation mark, and then go to relics. And you
Okay.
can see all of them, and you can see what they do. Now, the biggest problem I have with the relics
Oh yeah.
is that, for instance, there are relics that are literally worthless in my opinion. I might be wrong, of course, because I'm not really that experienced. I was 12 in arena yesterday. That was my absolute highest place.
Oh my god.
But
What's your threat right now?
260 or something.
Huh, I'm pretty close to you.
But this doesn't really matter. It matters your characters.
Yeah, that's true. Do you agree that Shang Tsung is absolutely the best character in Arena?
Yeah, he's totally busted.
If I face a team without Shang Tsung, I can win even like much higher threat teams. But if there is Shang Tsung, I lose pretty much every time.
And the problem is this is the main reason why everyone is running Scorpion. Because they want to kill Shang Tsung. That's the main reason. There is no other reason to run Scorpion. He isn't really that great at all. The problem is that he just pulls Shang Tsung and burns him, so that Shang Tsung cannot regenerate this power and stuff like this.
Yeah, that's true.
And I have to support just to execute Shang Tsung, but sometimes I fail, and if I fail, it's game over. So basically, that's unfortunate. Anyways, I was saying that the relics are weirdly designed. For instance, if you're seeing right now, if you're taking a look at the relics, there's a relic which is called Edenia Kamidoju or whatever. And I have this one on my main account. By the way, I'm saying main account because I created like 15 accounts and I just...
What? Why?
Because I want to get to test as many characters as possible. Let's face it, in the beta version, the progress is so slow that you cannot do anything. So...
Which is a good thing. You cannot just throw money on it. So you actually, if you make it, it means you're... I mean, I guess it means you get lucky with your drops. That's what it means.
Yeah, and out of those 15 accounts, I just got Shang Tsung once on one account. So you can imagine. It's not really that easy to get this guy. But anyway, so this Edenia Kamudojo or whatever, it gives health, it gives defense, and then there's a specific effect. That's why it's a unique piece. It says, when a member of the team is defeated, revive them with 20% health. Relic user cannot revive themselves. Relic user's health reduced by 50%. So in other words, this can be applied only on your support character, and he starts the match with 50% less health. And once any other of your teammates dies, he's going to get revived by this piece. My biggest problem...
his health is not reduced when he revives, it reduced at the start of the match?
Yes, and then he can revive any of the other people. So if he dies, he cannot revive himself.
From what I'm reading, it sounds like it should, like the health should drop like by 50% at the moment of revival.
No, he just revives with 20% health. Whoever dies but the bearer or the wearer. But the wearer starts the fight with 50% health. So if you put this on your Shang Tsung, he's going to start the fight with 50% health, and he's going to get executed. So,
yeah, that makes no sense.
Why do they... And probably this piece is for some specific character who is not yet released, or I haven't tested yet. For instance, let's take a look at another piece, which is really weird. And this piece is specifically designed for ranged characters. It's a blood one. It's called Bloodstone of Vaeternus or whatever.
That's exactly the one that I have, and I can't use because you can only use it on Aaron Black, the only guy who has dots and ranged.
He has dots. Where is it written?
I mean,
just
it's
checked
not
him.
Specifically dots. It's like, wait, there was something. Let me check.
I just checked him. He just applies some marks on the enemy. I checked his description. I have him on one of my accounts. It is never mentioned he has dots.
I mean,
so
if it's damage, like if it applies certain damage over time, like
it's never said in his skills that he applies damage over time.
Really? Wait, I was reading something and I thought this is the only character I can use it on, and I probably never gonna drop him because it's 5-star.
And okay, let's assume that he actually does dots and I didn't understand the description of the skills. That's still a possibility. The issue is you have an epic piece, an epic credit that you probably get one, I don't know how out of how many attempts, so it's really rare, and you can just give it to one character. On all other characters going to be trash because it's not going to work, which I find really underwhelming in my opinion. The epic pieces should be more, I don't know how to call it, more flexible. Flexible is the word, yeah. And this particular case, I get an epic and I cannot use it. And I just want to tell you about my biggest luck, and actually that's most my all-time greatest luck in this game. I'm going to release a video on that. Yeah, but before we get there, just to... Erin Black applies marked, knock up, applies pinned, and applies dodge down, whatever that thing means. It never said anything about dots. If, for instance, pinned and dodge down is some kind of a dot, I don't know. Anyways, I was saying that I opened 10 of those summonings. I summoned 10 times. And I got 2 Sub-Zero Fatality rare epic relics. Oof. And guess what? I don't have Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
And I felt great. By the way, in the same pool I pulled Shansung. So Shansung and 2 epics. I have a screenshot on that. It was absolutely crazy. So at the end of the day, the thing is... they're really specific. And like, I feel better if I pull a very good rare, for instance, rare relic, or even uncommon relic. There are certain uncommon relics that are really good. So yeah, what do you think about
to max out? So I think that they should do it the way like MK Mobile Gear works. So there is like set of things that works for everybody, and then there's one bonus thing that works only for specific character. That would make way more sense. Which, I mean, like, it's so dumb. It can only be equipped. Like, why? What if you... What if that character is complete trash and you can't, like, even use him anywhere?
Exactly. And for instance, the Cryomancer Frozen Axe, the epic piece for Sub-Zero, the thing it does, it is so bad because Sub-Zero is a tank and he gets attack, critical damage, and critical damage against frozen enemies. Oof. I mean, Sub-Zero is a really weak tank. I don't know whether he tested him. He just dies like a fly. So this thing is not going to help him at all. I simply don't get that. Probably in the future they're going to release more characters and it will make sense. But for the current Sub-Zero,
What is initiative? I see some things boost your initiative and I have no idea what it is.
Same. I have no idea.
And what about haste? Does it, like, is it worth it? Have you ever tried a haste set? I mean, I'm assuming they're just, maybe the bar recharges faster and like cooldowns are faster or something, but like, what's the base haste? Because it says 20%. 20% of what though?
Well, there's a stat haste. You can check how much haste every character has, but what haste does, I don't know. Seriously, I don't know.
They need to release a glossary or something.
For instance, my Kung Lao has 0 haste. My Shansung has 0 haste.
So if you put 30% extra for 0, you're just not getting anything? Well, like, that's how it works?
Yeah, my Jade has 0 haste. I don't know. That's probably the easiest thing to test because everybody has 0 haste. It's like, seriously, every single character has 0 haste.
You can time cooldowns. Oh wow. No, I think I saw somebody in my collection that had more than 0 haste. Oh,
probably,
no, maybe not.
Probably gave him some piece of equipment that increases haste.
Oh yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, you can only get haste as a main stat on, I think, one of the pieces. That's it.
Wow. Probably something really, really... And there's an icon of a sword, so it's a like offensive ability, but what it does...
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Perfect.